What's up, guys? This is the Evil Bus here, and then we are here with.
Sunny Chau.
And what happened last weekend?
So for Salem region, I took 14th out of 24th. So we were playing Maliss.
Okay, awesome. All right, so let's get on with the deck.
All right, guys. So with that, so standard lineup for Maliss is basically 2 right with the set of traps. Your other combo piece is Dormouse, Pot of Greed, Chest Cat, only just 2. And then of course,
has the third one ever come up?
for the last build I did, yes, but because we have Marcher now, it's not needed.
Okay.
And of course, you run the 3 Marchers as the extender as well.
How broken is this?
Very broken. At least 1 or 2 of these in my hand, we're able to combo off, so it's pretty good.
All right, awesome.
All right. And of course, the honorary Maliss monster is, I still play this card to this day.
How broken is this?
Pretty good if I'm under Lancia, so I can still make a board with it, so I like it.
Okay,
so not bad.
Okay.
And of course, the new guys for the Attic Nisters are basically the 2 Secretary to add, and of course the Wizard to Monster Reborn back 1. So
Has the third one come up?
in testing, it was okay, but there were times where I just kind of brick with it, honestly. So I usually will just pitch it off with the second one.
All right, understandable.
Yep. And then let's see. And of course, the other extender is the 1 Magnamut, Swarm, and Baldric, which is pretty standard for most Maliss players.
That's on the Baldric because most people are not playing this.
Honestly, it kind of comes up for me at least, because usually I have a name in rotation already, so it's not bad.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So again, pretty good for the most part.
Okay,
But again, maybe might cut it in the future.
What would you cut it for?
Honestly, I might put it to bump up the backup secretary, so this might be a third one for this.
Okay.
But we'll see though.
Okay, great.
And then of course for the hand traps, 3 Ash. And then of course like for Salem, I kind of had a feeling we were playing against a lot of Mitsurugi players. So this kind of came up for most of my matchups for that day.
So how many Mr. Risers did you play against?
I want to say at least 5 to 6.
Oh wow.
So a whole bunch of them that day. So
Okay.
it came up, it came in clutch.
Great.
All right, and then that's it for the monsters. Next are the spells. Oop. There. So then, of course, standard for Maliss is obviously the 2, and then the 1 negate. Pretty much standard, no more, no less. And of course, I don't think a lot of Maliss players are playing this either, so I've still played the 2 Allure as of right now.
How good is in the deck still?
Honestly, it's still pretty good because if they Ash or interrupt my other draw lineups, then it kind of comes up, honestly. So it's pretty much nice for another draw 2.
Yeah,
so
right.
Uninterrupted, I draw 4 for the turn.
Yeah,
So it's pretty good.
And the 5th one for the white binder.
100%,
Yeah,
yeah.
100%.
So pretty nice.
Right.
And then of course, mainly the 1-ofs. So then, of course, still run the 1 call by, the cross-out designator for like Ash, Imperm, and Nib, stuff like that.
That's on the main because most people are citing this and not even cross out at the moment.
Honestly, for me, it came up half the time, I would say. So I still would run it, but maybe future I might decide it out if that's the case.
Okay.
Put it in the side.
What did you cross out at regionals the most?
Ooh, the most is probably gonna be the Dominus Impulse.
All right.
Yep. So not too bad. Or the Droll, I would say.
Yeah. And this is the god card.
Oh, 10,000%. If you draw on this, you're winning at that point. So not too bad.
All right.
And of course, an extender, Gold Star, just to banish for names. The 1 talents, I know, which is kind of weird, but again, another draw 2 or rip or whatever you wanted to do with it.
The Trinity.
Pretty much. And then of course, I should have had more of this, but I only had 1 at the time, was the AI Meets You.
Okay. That's on this?
Pretty good, because if I don't have any opening starters, I'm able to basically search out this or any of the Maliss names for the most part, so it comes up clutch every time.
Okay. Is this the main deck then?
This is the main deck, yeah. And then, of course, right now I'm not running Thrust, because right now they're currently sighted at the moment. So
Okay. No terraforming?
no terraform, it's not needed, honestly. You have the rare ransom to do all the work for you for the most part. So
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't have it, add it with off of that.
Did you miss it at all?
Nope, it's not needed. Even to draw 4 and everything, it's too good.
All right.
And then, of course, the last part of it is, again, I am running 1 of each of the Maliss Trap. I know some people were cutting out TB11s, GWCs. I still like it in the main, just because, why not?
Have you resolved all 3?
Yes, I have. Especially because I'm still running this guy.
Right.
This guy specifically. So, still nice. Again, everybody's playing it a little differently, but I like it at this ratio for the most part.
Okay. All right.
And then, of course, Dimensionable are basically 3 Imperm and then 3 Dominus.
Just because broken.
Pretty much the standard for me, so I'm gonna still run this to this day.
Okay. Cards in the main deck?
41.
41.
So, yep, it wasn't too cloggy. Everything kind of matched up for the most part, so I was able to see one of everything at least.
Okay, alright,
So,
extra deck.
Pretty good. Oh, extra deck?
Extra deck.
So standard lineup for Maliss is basically 1 Link Group. I know people are running 2, but I didn't have the second one for the event.
Did the second one come up?
No, it didn't. The one, that's all I needed for the most part.
Alright.
So let me combo off a little bit more. And then of course the 1 Link Spire for the Nip token. Haggard to extend a little bit. Also Splash. And then the thing I cut out for the Typhon was basically the Nightmare servers. Just because I was scared of the Chaos Hunter or anything else that, you know, I couldn't get rid of right off the bat.
Did you get Chaos Hunter?
Not once. So this card never came up for the most part, so it's just there for right now as a flex spot.
Okay.
And of course, SP standard, Dark to take. And then to extend my combo is basically Transcode Talker to bring back 1 of my Link 3s.
Okay. How many times did you make this?
At least 3 times. In order to extend into the big guy, which we'll get to here in a second.
Yeah.
Of course, this is non-conventional, and I had a flex spot was basically the Heat Soul.
The Power Greed.
Yep, so I draw 1 on my turn, draw 1 on your turn. So if I get Lancia, I make this guy basically, which is pretty free. And then of course for the Malice lineup is the 1 red, and then for me, because I faced against Krishan Kashira, I kind of wanted to bump up the White Binder to 2, in case this got
unicorn
or whatever. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So not too bad, but that's just for me though. And of course the 1 Hearts of Crypton.
Okay.
So that's pretty much standard.
Alright.
And then also Access Code and his brother Ally Code.
Okay. Kai should be banned.
It should be, but it hasn't yet.
Okay. How many times did you make SP?
I want to say twice, but that's about it.
Okay.
But mainly, this guy was the MVP for the most part.
Definitely.
Yep. Made it every match for every round, so it's pretty good.
Alright, so last part, the side deck.
Oh yeah, the the interesting part. So of course, going to the event, I was kind of wondering if we were going to play against the matchup. I didn't play a single Malice player, but a bunch of Mitsurugi. But otherwise, for the Malice matchup was against Lancia because they banish, and then anything. So the Nibs for the cross-out target and anybody that extended more than 5 summons.
Did you miss it in the main at all?
No. So when I was playtesting with it, I found Droll to be better in the main for me instead of this.
Okay.
This didn't come up as much though.
Alright.
But it's still there in the side just because.
Alright, fair.
And then of course this was in my main, but now because with the Marcher and the new support, Metatronus.
Okay.
So again, against the mirror match, this is what I would put in. But again, I didn't face a single one today at that event.
Okay, so you play versus zero Malice?
All Mitsurugi players. That was it.
Okay. So did you ever side this in then?
Nope, it was pretty much in the side. It was a dead card. It could have been anything else, but honestly, I was just kind of worried about the mirror match a little bit.
Oh yeah, understandable.
Alright. And of course the thrust. And also the thrust targets as well, which is the Feather Duster for the mirror match or anything with back row related, Malice, and then everything else that's not Malice.
Okay. Do you like this package still?
I still do. There are times where this and this comes up, honestly. Just depends on who I'm playing against. And if it's against Malice, it's just this.
Okay. That's on DDG?
No, I thought about it because especially with Shifter gone now, I might throw it in, honestly.
Yeah.
I would have to figure out what I would take out though, which is
right.
probably this stuff.
Okay, yeah.
So more thrust targets, I would say.
Yeah, Shift is basically gone, even though it's at 1.
Yep. But it's searchable though, so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Alright.
And then for the last stuff is, for me, Strikes, honestly.
Strikes, yeah, Strikes good.
Yep, especially since for game 2, if I go first, I pretty much side this in for the most part.
Okay. Would you swap this for warning in the nearby future?
I was considering it, but I'm still pretty contemplative about this card.
Okay,
so
alright.
I'm still pretty good about it.
Alright, so that's really it? Okay. What was your record?
I was X2 by the end of round 8. So,
Round 8. Okay, any shout outs you want to give?
Honestly, shout out to our team, our Resurgence YGO. So check them out. They have podcasts and everything. And also shout outs to Evil Force 360.
Yeah, that's me.
In the deck profile.
Yeah, and those 2 guys right there. All right, so congratulations on your type. Are you going to Nets?
I definitely will.
Okay, awesome. Okay, people will catch you at Nets. All right, this is Sleeper Boy signing out. Peace out, guys.
Peace.